barrel.
Again? Huh? I choose life.
I think it's the river.
And finally, it was a chapel of prayer. The current function of this room is music concerts are held here, and we liaise with our national television, RTE, for some of those. Historical lectures are also held here, and last night there was a book launch held here, quite busy. In the months of July and August, Irish
houses back then, but there's not too many of them in Ireland. They were pretty common in England, Wales, Scotland. They would be used for different purposes. One of them, believe it or not, was exercise. They didn't like getting wet in the rain, obviously, but they also didn't like getting too much sun. It was very, very fashionable to be pale back then, so if you had a big sunburned head on you, like I do at the minute for 2 days in somewhere or whatever it was, you'd be seen as working now. But, you know, for the Tudors, that wasn't really desirable, so they'd go up and down in these rooms to take in a bit of exercise. They might open the windows a bit. The other thing these rooms were used for were queuing up. If you had something to say to the Earl, if you walnut that matches up. So you know we've helped it on its way a little bit, but it is original for the most part. The briar panels are installed by us, obviously, so we'll just have to wait a few hundred years before that catches up in terms of age. The plasterwork here is original on the walls. That is, that's the Butler coat of arms above the fireplace, the Tudor rose on either side of that. Then you have some very old French here. It doesn't actually make sense in modern French. The same way Old English doesn't make sense in modern English, but it says "Qui pense que there." If you guys want to take a bash at it, that's fine. Any of our French visitors? More thought to your words, I think, right? Like thinking with thought, it's old French. It doesn't really make sense in modern French, but basically what it means is give more thought and more thinking to your words as you speak, or kind of watch what you say in a way. That's a pretty wild thing to have carved into your house, but there you have it. That's the kind of thing the Tudors were known for, is like, you know, projecting power like that. There was 100 servants working in this house at any given time. Not all of them would have been packed up here now. Some of them lived in the town or slightly further afield and would have travelled to work, but an awful lot of them would have slept up here. They used to like adopt like kids and stuff as well and just put them to work. Not out of the goodness of their heart, just, you know, to get workers. So, you know, that's how they kind of gained a lot of servants who would have been sleeping in the house. The other remarkable thing about this this chapel, or excuse me, sorry, this attic, is that a lot of the carpentry is original. So if you step back here a little bit and look at the beams, you'll see that it has these marks. So the arrows and the dashes corresponding to the arrows and the dashes on the adjoining beams. Arrows and dashes again, corresponding to the dashes up there. The cross and the dash here, That's an OG method of carpentry. It's essentially like the old IKEA, like the old version of IKEA, you know, just piecing things together. So that's how they would have identified the beams. Also, these dowels here are what are holding them in place. So these are just wooden pegs. It goes to show you that sometimes the old ways are best. Like we have apartments and stuff that were built in the 2000s that are coming down now because of bad workmanship or bad materials, whereas this is still here. But again, it did have a little bit of help from us. So in the early days when the OPW took this place over, sort of the 1950s, they actually numbered all this wood. They took it apart, put it in a deep freeze and treated it for longevity, and then put it all back exactly where they found it, down to the last peg, down to the last wedge. So everything was put back exactly as it was. Not all of the wood survived though. This is some examples of the wood that just wasn't structurally sound. And that's why you'll see some new beams in amongst the old as well. So they're clearly aggressive downward strokes. Now, it wouldn't make sense for the servants to have done that. They'd be thrown out. That's why you see so few markings by the servants up in this attic. The earls of the soldier, or excuse me, the soldiers of the earl wouldn't have done that because, you know, they would be punished as well. It's their property, the earl's property. So we have a feeling it may have been Cromwell's soldiers. We know that they stayed here for 4 days, not by invitation. The fact that this place is still standing at all is amazing because Cromwell's soldiers usually, you know, pillaged and destroyed and killed everybody they came across in any town that visited them. So, yeah, it is quite possible that it was them. Now, they were known for leaving marks like these in the lower floors of houses to let their captains know how many of them had come through the front door. But it's possible they left them up here, in this case, just because they were sleeping up here. But, you know, we're not 100% sure. There's no way of knowing. It's speculation, but it is interesting to speculate because that would make this piece of wood very historically significant.
Day 6, Airbnb. We're at the Mullinivat National School from 1895. We made it. Falche. We made it before the sun completely set. So here's the outside. Little area. Cow friend saying hello. There's a little Corsa. Of course he can. And there is almost a sunset. Now we gotta figure out how to get in. Okay, well we just set off the alarm, but we gotta figure it out. Here's the downstairs.
There's bread.
And there's bread. Go upstairs to the bedroom. And we have bedroom number 1 and bedroom number 2. Wonderful. And a spooky hallway, fire, and a little bathroom. And then up here